Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Salomon Huck Knife Pro. This board features Salomon's quad camber, which is basically traditional camber with a very small rocker zone in the tip and the tail. It's going to load, pop, snap, and drive like traditional camber, and that rocker zone, you're really not going to feel it unless you're pressing way out into it. This board is available in 148, 152, 155, 158, 155 wide, 158 wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a sunny bluebird day with warmer temps. There was slush, soft snow, creamy snow, perfect corduroy, a little bit of ice in spots, and I rode it with my Rome black label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. So right away you can feel the difference between the regular Huck Knife and the Huck Knife Pro. They took the carbon array from the Assassin and put it in this board, so it stiffens it up and it rides entirely different. It's noticeably stiffer. It's one of those boards that's got more snap and pop out of it. So what you get is a little bit of play in the tip and the tail, stiffer through the midsection, with a fair amount of torsional flex. It's still a middle of the road park flex, just like maybe slightly past that. The stability gets amplified in this board. You don't get as much chatter in the nose and the tail when you're charging around. It just dissipates that energy before it gets underfoot. It makes it a lot more stable in my opinion. So you're not getting bucked around. You just don't have to bend your knees as much. So you do have to load the camber profile on this board to get it to engage, and with that new carbon array in there, this board just rebounds, it snaps, it wants to get you in the air, it launches off everything. This is a board that you can really boost with, and when you're hitting jumps, small jumps become launch ramps, lips just, you go higher, you go further with less effort. So if you put more effort in, you're gonna go even higher, even further. It's one of those boards, small, medium, large, extra large jumps, you're not gonna have to worry about it. This board wants to get you in the air. That's just how it is. It's stable when you come down on a landing. You never really have to worry about it. With it being beefier, you do have to manhandle this board when you're buttering. It's designed to be a slope style board, so getting out on the nose and the tail to butter, you're just leveraging your weight outside your binding, really hitting that flex point in the nose, right where the camber starts to come down before the upkick in the tail. And you're going to have to work for it. Don't skip leg day with it. Just be aware you're going to put a lot of effort into it to butter, but what you're going to get out is something with a solid rebound so you can pop out, spin around, land back into a butter if you want to, or just continue on your way. When it comes to jibbing, it's the same thing. Speed is going to be your friend as well as leg power. So if you're going into a nose or a tail press, you've got to get your weight outside. You're going to have to sit on it and really push, bend your knees, flex that board. You're really not going to notice that micro rocker zone. It's there. It might be helping you a little bit, but you don't notice it. So yes, it can jib. Speed, power, clearly that's what you need for nose tail presses. When you go sideways on a rail, it slightly cradles around and you're able to slide, but it's not one of those boards where you're going to be able to just like lock it right around and feel super secure. As I said, slope style park board, and if you ever watch a slope style rider, you look at their combinations, they're on, they're off as fast as possible. When it comes to carving, this is where it stands out from the regular Huck Knife. It locks in more aggressively and you have more power from the center back through the tail to really drive that carve. It's not going to fold the tail as much as the regular Huck Knife will. There are some limitations from the side cut on ice, but what I found is if you just go a little bit faster, it compensates for it, and it kind of makes sense. It's a higher end board, you want to be going faster. You can really lay this over when the snow conditions are absolutely perfect. So if you're one of those guys that loves doing hard park carves, maybe also bordering on Euro carves, you don't have to worry about it. Now with that said, its edge-to-edge transmission is smooth, powerful, and fluid. You notice right away when you're steering it outside that front foot how it just rolls and then how it engages and grips. Short, tight, quick carves, long, hard, drawn-out carves, everything in between. Who's this board for? The high-end park rider. This board rides so different from last year's Huck Knife Pro. It really differentiates itself from the regular Huck Knife. You notice right away that it's got more power. It's just able to pop higher. You can drive it harder. And it doesn't just feel like a marginal increase. It's a noticeable increase with it. Overall, This board just rails turns when you need it to when the snow conditions are right. So, you know, ice, you're gonna have some issues. I really did dig what they did to this board. It makes sense. It really does. It's finally truthfully differentiating itself from the regular Huck knife and the Pro from the past few years. Comparable boards. The Jones Ultra Mountain Twin. The Ride Bench Warmer. The Rome Mod Stale. Binding recommendations: the Salomon District Pro Team, the Rome Cleaver, the Ride A8. This has been my review of the Salomon Huck Knife Pro. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.